Out of nothing comes everything, Alan Watts' profound insight on life and existence. Alan Watts, a philosopher known for his ability to simplify complex ideas, often explored the nature of existence and the mysteries of the universe. One of his most thought-provoking ideas was his notion of "out of nothing comes everything." This idea is rooted in his deep understanding of both Eastern and Western philosophies and gives us a unique perspective on life, creation, and our relationship to the universe. When Watts talks about nothing giving rise to everything, he challenges our usual way of thinking. For most people, nothingness sounds like a void, emptiness, or the complete lack of anything. We tend to see it as an absence, where nothing can happen, no energy exists, and no possibility arises. But for Watts, nothing does not mean non-existence or emptiness in a typical sense. Instead, he views nothingness as something profound, a source, an endless possibility, and an origin of all things. Watts takes inspiration from ideas in Zen Buddhism, Taoism, and Hinduism. In these philosophies, the concept of emptiness is often celebrated. Emptiness is not a scary void, it is a place of potential. Just as a blank canvas holds the potential for any artwork, or silence holds the potential for any sound, nothingness is filled with unlimited potential. According to Watts, it is from this fertile space that everything in the universe emerges. Imagine the world around you: trees, animals, humans, stars, and galaxies. We see them as things that exist. But before anything existed, there had to be a starting point, a place from which all this beauty and complexity could come. Watts suggests that the universe was once nothing, and out of this vast emptiness, creation began. It is a bit like a deep breath that comes before you speak. There is silence, then sound. Or, like dawn rising after the dark night, creation arises from a state of emptiness. One of the beautiful parts of this idea is that it encourages us to embrace our own lives more fully. Just as everything arises from nothingness, Watts implies that we, too, are connected to this nothingness. It is part of us, not something separate or removed. This connection can be a source of peace. If everything that exists, our lives, our ideas, our dreams, emerges from nothing, then we are not limited by the things we do not yet have or the things we fear. Our potential is infinite because, just like the universe, we, too, have come from the vastness of possibility. In science, the concept of the Big Bang aligns in some ways with this philosophy. Before the Big Bang, there was no time, no matter, no space, at least not as we know it. Yet, from this nothingness, the universe exploded into existence. Watts would say that this event, where everything came from nothing, reflects the same principle he explains. But he would also add that this nothingness was not simply a void but something more profound, a creative potential beyond our understanding. This potential exploded into everything we see around us, planets, stars, and even us. A powerful message in Watts' view is that nothing is not a scary concept. Often, we are afraid of emptiness, whether it be empty time, empty spaces, or empty feelings. But Watts teaches us that emptiness can be incredibly rich and generative. It is a place of beginnings, not endings. When we feel lost, empty, or unsure of what to do next, Watts' philosophy encourages us to look at these feelings in a new light. They may be like the fertile soil from which new ideas, paths, and perspectives will grow. Watts also suggests that we need to let go of our strict separation between ourselves and the rest of existence. Most of us see ourselves as individuals separate from nature, from others, and even from the universe itself. But for Watts, this separation is an illusion. If everything comes from nothing, then all things are connected to this shared origin. We are not isolated beings but parts of a whole. Just as waves are part of the ocean and not separate from it, we, too, are part of the fabric of existence. Our essence, our life, is intertwined with the universe. This idea can be freeing because it reminds us that we do not have to be afraid of losing ourselves. If we are connected to everything, then we are never really alone, never truly separate. Even when things change, as they always do, we remain a part of the larger whole. Just as nothingness transformed into the universe, we can transform ourselves in response to life's challenges and experiences. Another dimension of Watts' view is that everything in life has its opposite. There is light and darkness, sound and silence, life and death. In his philosophy, these opposites are not separate, they are two sides of the same coin. Just as silence gives meaning to sound, and darkness gives shape to light, nothingness gives rise to everything. Watts teaches that we can appreciate life more fully if we understand and accept both sides of these opposites. We cannot have light without darkness, or fullness without emptiness. By accepting this, we find balance and peace. For Watts, the realization that out of nothing comes everything is not a dry philosophical idea, it is a practical way of seeing the world. He believed that if we can embrace this idea, we can live more freely. We stop worrying so much about things we lack or fear. We find joy in simple moments, knowing that each moment, like each thing in the universe, arises from a profound place of potential. Even our fears, anxieties, and struggles can become sources of strength when we understand that they are part of the creative flow of life. In moments of silence, Watts would say, we can sense the beauty of this idea. The quietness, the pause, the stillness, these are not empty moments but places where life, creativity, and possibility are waiting to emerge. In our daily lives, we tend to fill every moment with activity or thought. But if we allow ourselves moments of quiet, we might glimpse this nothingness, and see it not as a void but as a wellspring of peace and inspiration. Finally, Watts' philosophy reminds us to be open to mystery. Life is not something that we can fully explain or control. The universe, from its beginning to its end, remains a profound mystery. Instead of fearing the unknown, Watts invites us to celebrate it. He teaches that life is more joyful when we let go of rigid answers and simply experience existence. Embracing the mystery of life can be like watching a beautiful sunset or listening to a piece of music. We do not have to understand it fully to appreciate it. In conclusion, Alan Watts' idea that out of nothing comes everything gives us a fresh perspective on life, existence, and our place in the universe. It teaches us that emptiness can be a source of potential, that we are connected to all things, and that life's opposites are essential for its fullness. This philosophy invites us to let go of our fears and embrace both the mystery and beauty of existence. It encourages us to see life as a dance between being and non-being, fullness and emptiness. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this exploration of Alan Watts' philosophy, please like this video, subscribe for more insights, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let us continue to delve into these fascinating ideas together.